2 points.
Good. A nice assist from Westbrook.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 5 points so far. Wall dishes to Beal. Back to Wall. Here's the three. Here's Gortat. Outside for Beal. From deep. Cannot hit. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
Paul Pierce. That's his first
And Wall, a blur, guys, in the open court. Perhaps, Steve, perhaps the fastest player in the league end-to-end. He is devastating in transition.
Yeah, he's so tough to stop around the rim, even in the half court. But when he gets ahead of steam going, he can get into the lane and then finish with either hand. So, man, he is tough to stop.
Now here's Wall after Jeremy Lamb's miss. Wall with it. He's picked up by Lamb. It's Wall with the drive. Great D that time from Collison.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Washington's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Nene has the open look. And good off the lead pass that time.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Morrill kicks to Collison. Gortat with the steal. Beal from long range to the middle. It's tipped. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see two tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
And, of course, you look at the numbers. John Stockton with 3,265 steals over his career. Really a crazy number, averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
Serge Ibaka.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes, Clark.
And you know exactly what that means. I mean, causing a lot of mistakes means cashing in on those turnovers.
Three-pointer, Butler. Waiters grabs the miss. Right side, Westbrook. Tie game in Washington. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lanes.
Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflections that may lead to steals.
Garrett Temple is out there with Webster. Then it's Chris Humphries. Then it's Rasul Butler. And it's Porter at the fourth spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. In the third position, the Wizards.
They've been really pleased, Kevin, with their three-point game. It's working better for them thanks to some adjustments they've made in their transition game.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Temple, the pass to Humphries. His three-pointers off the mark.
Now, the defense backs off a little bit because he does not shoot the ball well from the three-point line.
Boy, Chris Humphries is clearly not flashy, but he is a worker on and off the court. Has always been a strong rebounder, especially on the offensive glass. And never afraid to get in there and battle. He never shies away from contact. If you want to get physical, he's not backing down.
The Thunder with the lead. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Porter. Jones dishes to Jackson. Now here's Lamb. Defended by Butler. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
So we got a moment now to check out the story on Reggie Jackson. How last month turned out for him. He's getting around 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And no doubt about it, he knows how to run the offense and really not miss a beat when he comes off that bench.
Steve, you were an NBA guard. Not a lot of guards can do that coming off the bench, but he is one of them that can.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Offensive rebound. Ibaka. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Inside. And stolen by Butler. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubting that center Steven Adams came to the league ready to rumble. As Kendrick Perkins put it, he acts like he grew up on the farm chasing hogs. But Adams said it had more to do with growing up playing rugby. He said it was, quote, a combination of that and trying to survive against my brothers and sisters. Keep in mind, he's the youngest of 18 siblings, Kevin.
He doesn't mind taking some licks, Doris. He just keeps coming. Thank you. Inside. And Waiters with the stuff.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either. Boy, nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
At the line for the Thunder,
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. As some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. He plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose because I would agree, and that's a great, great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They've completely dominated the boards here.
And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Fires the 3. They get it again. And finished off by Collison.
Wonderfully instinctive play right there. Sense just where that rebound was going, and it becomes an easy 2 for him.
Well, Clark, maybe they've had too many easy buckets tonight.
Well, it's something that needs to change. I mean, they should not be getting all these easy dunks off offensive putbacks. And Russell Westbrook, maybe the most explosive first step in the league. I mean, he doesn't just get an angle on his defender. He leaves them completely behind with a free run to launch all those shots around the rim.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul. And the Thunder making a switch here. Waiters is checked in. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Wall.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Well, Westbrook, once he blows by that first defender, he is absolutely fearless attacking the help defense. High-flying power dunks, finishes with both hands. He's a bad, bad man.
And Washington going with the whole new group here. Perkins is checked in for Oklahoma City. Jackson comes in for Waiters.
Tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, I mean, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
Now here's Durant. A 32-point game for him in the win against Utah.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw drops for Temple.
Well, this is what you have to do when you're trailing. You've got to attack, be aggressive, and get to that foul line.
And perhaps cause some foul trouble along the way. I mean, that can have a big impact down the road.
Durant kicks to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
He tried to squeeze past the defender, but ran out of room.
9 seconds left from the first half of basketball.
Thunder foul. Kendrick Perkins. That's his first personal.
The Wizards have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. And he makes the first.
At the line for 2.
And the Thunder making a change here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Here's Collison. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Thunder lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the 3rd. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. 3rd quarter starting here now.
Well, Wall had a great quarter. He has 9 inside, outside. It hasn't mattered. He's hitting from all over the floor.
Anywhere he goes, guys, he's had the hot hand, really putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense. Kevin, let's take a look at what the Oklahoma Thunder did over the last month in the league ranking. 1st in rebounding, 5th in blocks, and they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And probably what impresses me the most, Clark, out of all those stats you're talking about is the rebounds per game, because this is a team that has become very physical. They'll put a body on you, and they'll really dominate the paint if you don't stand up to the task and really attack them back.
2 points.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Ran outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Adams in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Thunder head coach Scott Brooks really consistent with his message. It's all about defensive commitment and trusting your teammates at that end of the floor.
And the basket by Webster. The Thunder with the lead. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, what a busy summer the Washington Wizards had. They brought in a lot of veterans, DeJuan Blair, Chris Humphries, and Paul Pierce. They're hoping that influx of experience will enable them to take the next step in the wide-open Eastern Conference. They've added some real depth in their front court, Kevin.
DC fans have to be excited. Thank you, Doris.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game.
Oh, how about that, basketball
Wasn't that
fan?
beautiful?
Wow.
Russell Westbrook.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe try.